Like always, want to thank everybody for being here. Tough loss for our guys, great win for them. Give them credit. Give them credit. Again, we're having an issue right now playing field position games. We're playing field position games, and we're having a hard time swinging the field position on special teams. I thought our defense, obviously, overall, is played well all season and played well tonight. Obviously, 1 of 14 holding Maryland, 1 of 14 on third down was huge. You have the lead, you want to go 4-minute offense and be able to run the ball. That's been an issue for us all season long, and it showed up again tonight. And then their punter was a weapon for them. I think, looking at this, if I find it correctly, they averaged 44 yards per punt. We averaged 36 yards per punt. That added up as the game went on. So there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of issues that we have to get resolved. I take full responsibility. Like I told the guys in the locker room, the only way I know of getting out of things like this is by working hard. So we're going to get out there on Sunday. We're going to work hard. Tough times don't last. Tough people do, and we're going to work through this. So open it up to questions.
We have 2 handheld mics. Raise your hand, please. Bring a microphone to you.
James, it looked like Maryland's players didn't shake hands at the beginning of the game. I wonder what your reaction to that was, and had you ever seen that before?
I guess we all have a choice and an option to do whatever they want to do. They decided to start the game that way. That's their prerogative. But I've never been a part of that. 20 years, I've never seen that before.
James, was Christian having trouble holding on to the ball for a particular reason? It looked like he maybe had a hand issue or something.
Well, one just came out of his hand. The other one, the running back, was coming by and knocked it out of his hand. So I think there was one for sure. It's hard for me to say it's a problem with it just being one. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody coming.
Ask your question.
Coach, with the play at the drive at the end of the game, when you still had the 2-point lead, was there any thought in passing it instead of doing the 3 straight runs there?
Yeah, but if we would have passed it and left time on the clock, then you guys would be coming and asking me the same thing right there. The book says you go 4-minute, you try to run the ball, you take as much time off the clock as you possibly can, and you go from there. That's one of those, it's a tough situation. Obviously, after the fact, when you're not able to run the ball and get a first down and eat the clock up, we needed to get 2 first downs in that situation, then obviously the right answer would be to throw the ball in that situation. But we were hopeful we'd be able to break one, get one out of there. We weren't able to get it done.
James, to your left, when did you realize that Donovan Smith would not be able to play, 1? And part 2, can you evaluate the way Christian played today? Thank you.
Yeah, we pretty much knew that the likelihood of Donovan playing this week wasn't good. You're always hopeful, but we had a pretty strong indication that he probably wouldn't play. Didn't practice all week. Christian, I think the early turnover, we were moving the ball well, and the early turnover, he was expecting the guy to run a go. We ran a post. And that's what resulted in that. So I think that was a big play in the game. Obviously, early on, we were moving the ball and having some success, and that kind of swung the momentum a little bit.
James, could you talk about how Sam Ficken kicked the ball today and what he's come to mean to this team?
Yeah, he's been playing extremely well. I said that to you, in the spring. I said that to you guys in the summer. He's also an example of a guy who's been here. He's a senior. Has done everything right, both on and off the field. He's graduated, but you're talking about a veteran player. You're talking about a veteran player who's seen it, who's done it, and that shows up on the field. That's why we're going to keep working hard to develop the players we have and to recruit more so we can have more senior players like Ficken making an impact in the game.
Coach, some of the players in the egg tossing thing did play today. How do you expect to handle that situation going forward with either discipline or punishment?
Yeah, I'll talk with the administration about it, which I already have a little bit, but, obviously I don't want our guys getting in trouble for anything. And we talk about making great choices all the time. I also know that they threw eggs, And it needs to be addressed, and it will be addressed with a lot of different things starting tonight and throughout the week. And it'll be addressed with them, it'll be addressed with their families, because we're not going to do anything at all to embarrass the university, embarrass our program, or anything like that. But I also know they're kids and they make mistakes. There's a lot of problems going on right now in our society. There's a lot of problems going on in college athletics. Throwing eggs is a little bit farther down the totem pole, in my opinion, but it still needs to be addressed and it still needs to be fixed, and I can guarantee it will be.
James, in the middle here.
Yes, sir.
The offensive line continues to struggle. A few weeks ago, Herb Hand told us that, these guys aren't freshmen, they're not first-time starters anymore, they're veterans. Why does the offensive line continue having the problems they're having? Is it the players, the coaches? What's going on?
It's like most things in life. It's not one thing. It's a combination of a lot of things. We were, as you already mentioned, we've been struggling all year long. As you guys know, we had depth issues. Now we lose our left tackle. So that magnifies it. That magnifies an issue that we already have. I love those guys. They're working hard. They're getting better. We've moved some guys around. Wendy had to start at center. Now you take your center and he goes to right tackle. You take your right tackle and he goes to left tackle. You guys have heard me say all these things, and I don't want to be repetitive, but when you ask me the question, I almost feel like I have to. I mean, it's an issue. It was an issue before, that last week, and then when you lose your starting left tackle, it becomes even more of an issue.
Over here, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Last week, Christian had success on 3rd and 4th and short, taking the keepers to the outside. Was there any thought of having to go outside on the last 4th down and short there?
Yeah, we didn't get the snap. There wasn't a choice to go to sideline, right or left. We fumbled the snap on the last play there.
Two-parter, not to be repetitive, again, with other issues all season long, but the front seven, both against the run game and the pass rush, was very good today. And then, I know, of course, it's a team game and complementary football and all that, but how are they kind of holding up the defensive unit, considering how well they've played and been put in some bad spots week after week?
Yeah, I think they're playing well, and they've handled it well. And we're a team, and we always will be, and we're a family. You win with offense, defense, and special teams. You lose with offense, defense, and special teams. That's how it is. I thought, we did some things. We're a little bit better in the punt game today, to help flip the field and help our defense out a little bit. But you'd like to get in a situation where you're not punting as much as well. We made some plays at critical times, but not consistently enough. And I think that's the other thing that showed up tonight is we dropped some balls that we normally don't drop. Especially when we need guys to step up, make plays. We had opportunities to make some plays, which we did today.